So here, whatever we have got as the response. Yeah. It will be the response after this, and same is going to the store step. So meaning we will have a file with this name report output XML and it will have the output of the web service. That's what I can say. Right. Yeah. Okay. Let's move on. Okay. So it's completed. And it failed. There is an error. That's the error. It is detected in local input integration. But it generated this first step, meaning it passed the error. I think here it is. After input integration, let's see what is going on. And then it generated the file. And this one will have. It will have all that kind of XML, okay. So it's done. It's done okay. So this was the output. The outbound one. Where you are calling the web service. Getting the data. Right. How about inbound? If you have to load the data. For that I have a very simple method. Let's say, if you have to do put. There is this put location and there will also be a get location. F get location. Right. So let me try this. I will do this. Get all locations. Next. And data finish. It opens up like this, and I run this. It will give me all the kind of locations. So here, if you see, there is a location ID called Barcelona. Let me copy that. And then I will close all this. ID next. Location, ID. I will put here this ID. And finish. So I am passing the ID here and I am getting all this location data. Now, this is where I am fetching. Now say if I have to add a new location. How will I do it? After get, you also have a put location. Right like this. This web service is used for loading locations. So if I have to do is open, so perhaps request in this tester. It will open up here. Now, since we have to load data into Workday. You see this ABCD. ABCD is a dummy. Now Workday. What it is saying is, Workday has made it easier for you. Since you have to create the data. What Workday will do is Workday will populate the web service with dummy data. So that you can replace this. And you add your values. And run this, it will create those. But again, when you create a location in Workday, let me see if that is. It asks when you do create location. You have to give the name. Usages. You have to select anything. And OK. So meaning when you have to create whatever is the red star, those are mandatory thing. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Meaning for creating a location, you need to know the name, you need to know the usage. And then once you open up, so you see, all this is optional. There is no mandatory stuff here. Right. I can click on OK. And it can create. That means there is only two things which are required to create. One is the name and one is the usage. Rest all is optional. But here, if you see, there are so many stuff. So many things. Why? Because web service will give you option to populate everything. But based on everything is not mandatory. It's not mandatory. So what you can do is you can delete the other stuff which is not needed. Right. So say, if you have to create a location, first is this location ID. Did you pass the location ID in the UI? While creating, no, right? Workday created it on your own. So if you click on here, integration ID, view ID, Workday generated the location ID, which is auto-generated. But here you have an option. Why? Because Workday is giving you an option of overriding this. So if you pass the value here, whatever you will give, that will be this ID. But if you don't give it, then Workday will create it. Location 6 something. As per the sequence. Okay, and it is the same ID. Then it is the effective date. Location name was mandatory. So let's say it has location 1. Okay, and then usage ID. Usage ID is something which is required. So I will see here what is the usage ID for this one. Business asset. Right. So this thing is very important. So once you do a get, you get all the values. So you can take an estimate. What do I have to pass in this? So that's why, whenever you get an inbound thing to load, first try the opposite of it. Try to do the get. Once you get the response, it will help you in population the other web services. Okay, so business asset is the value of that. See, you come here. And then usage ID. Is this rest all is? Is not needed. But if you still want it, you can still use it. You can populate. I want to do it as business side.